Welcome back to GWTV's Unstoppable. I'm Isabelle Schmeler, and joining me to break down what has been a jam-packed winter season is none other than Parker Jensen. Parker, what has been going on in the GW sports community these past few weeks?
Let's kick things off now with men's basketball, whose season has not met the expectations we at Unstoppable had coming into this year. With a bunch of young talent and hopeful transfers, combined with the second year under Christian, there were loads of potential, but a lot of unanswered questions. 12 games into the season, I think we found those answers. The team is 3-9 on the year with wins against Fordham, Duquesne, and Cooper State. While this seems like any other year for the GW program, we need to acknowledge the new environment that surrounds this team. Whether it be the quick start to the season, the pandemic affecting the schedule, or the announcement that Coach Christian tested positive for COVID-19. More setbacks have been announced earlier today as we learned that GW will postpone their next two games against George Mason and Fordham University, according to a press release from GW's athletic program. And it's not just the environment that's looked different since the start of the new semester. 3 players and 1 coach have left the program. Those include Maceo Jack, Ace Stallings, Jameer Nelson Jr., and Coach Nima Obenvar, all impact members of the program in their own ways. And this is a sign of a new generation of GW basketball. With the departure of Jack, there are no remaining players from the Mojo era, and those losses have been a massive hit to what's come as a disappointing season. And with the next 4 games that were slotted now postponed, it seems that this team simply can't catch a break. But what can we expect next? Well, for one, we at Unstoppable want to wish Coach Christian the best of luck in hopes that he makes a swift recovery. Second, there are some glimmers of hope for this team. James Bishop and Jamison Battle are averaging nearly 20 points per game in their sophomore stints. The young bench will be getting a lot more time to adjust and mature as the season progresses, and GW just got Eric Atkins from Howard University as an assistant coach. While everything's still murky, one thing's clear. It's going to take a lot of effort to get this team the success that we've seen over a half-decade ago.
The women's basketball team continues in their effort to shed light upon issues off the court as a part of the team's Bigger Than Basketball campaign, dedicating each game to a different cause. The past several games have highlighted gratitude for our essential workers, military personnel, and women leaders across athletics. It has been a tough few weeks in Washington following the insurrection on the United States Capitol, resulting with the National Guard being deployed right in the heart of GW's campus. Head coach Jennifer Rosati made it clear the women on the court are her biggest priority, and winning games will come.
Because I just think it's really important that we don't just wear Black Lives Matter t-shirts or put it on our court, but we stand for what's right, and we, condemn the actions of the rioters over the week, and we continue to elevate our student athletes and especially our Black student athletes, and stand by them and fight for them and let them know that, they will always matter, not just while they're at GW, but for the rest of my life.
After a week in Washington, unlike any other, and a 4-9 overall record, the women mustered a 20-point victory over our revolutionary rival, George Mason University. First-year Allie Brigham came a point shy of achieving her career high, shooting 18 points that game. The team recently came out of 2 losses against LaSalle and St. Joseph's, ending a week dedicated to mental health awareness. After several postponed games, the team now moves into a week dedicated to LGBTQ+ pride, where assistant coach Kevin DeMille has pledged to donate $5 for every assist and $2 for every forced turnover to the Trevor Project and the DC Center. Both are 2 organizations providing resources for the LGBTQ+ community. The challenge will continue this week as the team takes on Virginia Commonwealth University on Wednesday.
Women's volleyball kicks off their season on Friday, and so we think it's time to give you a little preseason analysis as we head into the coming games. The team has been ranked 4th in the A-10s according to the head coach's preseason poll. GW finished 4th in the A-10s last year, going to the A-10 tournament for the second time in Coach Bernson's 3-year stint with the team. This year's tournament works a little differently than years past. The A-10 is splitting their conference into 2 geographic pods, with the top overall seed on each pod going to play in the A-10 championship in April. GW currently ranks at the top of their pod going into the season. And there's a lot of excitement, and rightfully so. GW has 9 returning players, most of whom are juniors and sophomores, making this a somewhat young team, but with experienced players who know what it takes to win. Among those are senior Sydney Welsh, who leads the team of returners in points, and sophomore Adie Feek, who leads returners in attack percentage. What concerns me most about this team, however, is the number of quality seniors who graduated, Big names like Skylar Ayotte and Jameson Lee helped the team to lengths that we saw last season. And with only 2 returning seniors steering the ship, it's up to those juniors and sophomores to lead the team to the top of their pod this year. As the season progresses, keep your eyes on Sydney Welsh and Adie Feek, 2 premier players to lead the team this season.
And don't forget to look out for the GW women's gymnastics team, who kick off their season at the end of the month against the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. The gymnastics team does have a shorter than usual schedule this season due to the coronavirus pandemic, but that won't stop these women from what will be a highly competitive season against top-ranked teams like the University of Pittsburgh and North Carolina State. 7 of the 14 returning gymnasts earned East Atlantic Gymnastics League titles, including this season's captains, Sydney Krasa, Anna Warhol, and Hannah Cohen, along with breakout sophomore star Deja Chambliss. The team ranked 3rd in the Eastern region, but 35th in the national preseason poll, putting them second to last. These women have some high expectations to exceed this season, and we'll be watching out for them as they kick off on January 31st.
Over the break, we've had some important alumni developments. GW fan favorite Yuta Watanabe has signed with the Toronto Raptors back in December. Watanabe is coming off the bench, averaging 1.7 points and 2.9 rebounds per game, with standout plays that make him fun to watch. The announcement of his signing was met warmly as Yuta has slowly become admired by fans around the league. The Raptors are currently 7-9 on the season. We wish Watanabe all the best as he furthers his career in the NBA.
Well, that is all the time that we have for today. It has been a busy couple of weeks for the GW sports community, to say the least. Don't forget to check out more Unstoppable content, including exclusive interviews with athletes, as well as live game coverage on our Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram page at GWTV_Unstoppable.
We'll see you next time.